left-hand corner. Our blue Protoss player from Gen G, it is going to be Trap. While in the bottom right, our red Zerg is Reynor. Getting the probe on the way up as we get this underway. We get this all started out here. Let's see what's going to happen. Hatchery drops down onto the third base location. Gateway coming up, assimilator on the way through. Get ourselves settled in. As our probe scout does come across the map to try and see a little bit of what is going on as well. So just trying to find some info here. Move on through. Nexus starts up on the natural. We are going to be seeing our overlords continue to move about a little bit as well. Now our overlord is going to be moving across here. It's just going to be taking some positions. Couple queens and link speed continue to come about. Adept still building. It's the early stages. Not meant to be too exciting, and we do just have these couple lings going to go chase our probe down. Reynor has obviously been in career around one now. Definitely wasn't the stay he wanted it to be, but making the most of playing these open cups has seen some good success. I feel like he should be a favorite against a Trap. Again, got ourselves the Oracle coming about, the Warp Gate coming through. As you just got those couple of lings still gathering here for the moment. 2 Adepts on the map already from Trap, and they will look to get around this probe returning home from duty, and we'll just have the Oracle still setting up as well. So Oracle comes by, the Warp Gate comes up. Probe actually pulls over to the side as the Stalker's just starting to hit the Overlord a little bit, and few lings actually run by the Oracle, so the Oracle will see that those few lings are coming across the map as the Oracle also heads towards the natural and soon to be the main base as well. Drones start to go down as Depths at the third base. There's a good amount of damage. 4 workers going down. Oracle will activate onto another couple of drones as well. Happy to take some shots to find 3 more kills. Quite a lot of shots in the end, but not terrible as well. The lings kind of get in. 1 or 2 of them are able to slip by and add some extra damage to that Stalker. Stalker will go down. The next Oracle has to pull back defensively and will activate to play cleanup there, as that will be the cleanup and the pushback made for now. More lings being chased about. Oracle chrono boosting off the Stargate. The probes pull in. The lings get turned around. Another few probes still moving over. The Adept will be there. Another Zergling killed. As our Stalker and the Oracle still hanging together. More of those Adepts get whooped in on the natural. Our Oracle going to be there. Stalker going to put some damage out onto the Overlord. Movie taking some shots. And we'll finally get rid of this. That Overlord does go down. This took a little bit of time. Queen's chase. Oracle still hunted back. Do have ourselves. The Queen's going to get in position again. The Oracle's once again taking a couple of shots. The Oracles will activate and go after the hatchery. Queen's still going to hit the Oracle's back just a little bit further. You're going to see the Lings coming in and actually getting surrounded one of those Adepts. Now the next Adept's taking some damage too, so a few different Adepts going down. Damage adding up here is a couple of Lings will still go after these Adepts, but overall, Tread Out's not so bad for Trap. Gets quite a few of the Lings cleaned out at this stage, and he did kill a lot of drones of Reynor, so feels like a fairly reasonable opening to give us a good little game heading into the next stage now, into this PVZ. Oracles continue about. Another upgrade coming through. Overlord speed skill coming up, about halfway done at the moment. And there's a gateway dropping down, a few additional stalkers coming up, +1 and Blink still on the way through. Again, +1 Blink continuing by. 10 Roaches, 6 Lings, all in production. Allen Queen gathering up on the south. On the right side, a 5th Hatchery setting up as well. A few Lings going after those Adepts. Blink and +1 not far from finishing here. Queen still hanging about, looking to see if they might be able to get a catch on anything as well. More Stalkers warping in. Queen's setting up down the bottom. Overlord taking some shots. I think Roach still coming through, a couple of Ravages mixed in as well. And we'll see one of those Stalkers already going down. The Stasis Ward's going to catch a chunk of Roaches. Ravages too getting caught over there. As the Oracles will activate and continue to go back onto the Lings. Reynor is building up the drop load, so it feels as though he's going to get some amount of aggressive, but he's also building +2 melee. Kind of a weird mix. 61 drones only, but the +2 melee is what doesn't really make sense more than anything else. There's a couple of Corrosive Valves land nicely. Those Stalkers taking damage. That's a dead pylon, so that's a dead warping point. And now Reynor might be able to chase this across the map. So, okay, interesting little scenario. Obviously, I mean, Trap being pretty aggressive. Now Reynor shuts it down. Is set up on a very good Ling Ravager force. And is going to start moving. The Oracles don't have too much energy to shut units down with. And it's still just more Stalkers being warped in. But I think Reynor has enough to come wrap around this and play that huge just denial. Corrosive Valve still landing, the battery taken out, Lings are still charging on in. 8 probes have dropped, and this looks as though we do have Reynor able to keep on hunting down everything else. Stalker still blinking backwards, extra Ling Roach in production, more Stalkers still warping in. The pylon goes down, the cannon goes down. Continue to fight as 13 probes have died, and Reynor seemingly doing enough on this shove so far. Even if he kind of has to back away at some point soon, the damage dealt is already very serious, and to be fair, it doesn't look like he has to back away anytime soon either. And maybe in case this game did get drawn out another fight or two, +2 melee would have come into play, so maybe that could have been the scale tipper, given, you know, at the end of the day, but not quite going to be the case on this one, as our Ravages and Lings do continue to finish off this Nexus. Reynor up. Yeah, plenty of supply, plenty of workers. 3rd base going down. Obviously, there's a base on the left side still available, but just not that much left realistically from Trap. He's even losing a couple Stalkers, just a couple of Lings on that top side as well, so that's not pretty. That's not going to leave him in a good spot. And a few Corrosive Valves to just help finish up this base, which is not long for this world either. And there you have it. Reynor is going to take the 1-0 lead in this best of 3. In the top right, trying to bounce back and make a series of this one. Our blue Protoss player is Trap. Bottom left, red Zerg is Reynor. Alright, well. Just a few moments. There's already going to be a hatchery on the gold base. So we get that underway. Forge gate coming up, a couple pylons still coming through, and we are going to be seeing Trap deciding to go and essentially cannon rush the gold base, which some players kind of go for. It can work out. It can be an interesting way to kind of play this. So you'll see both these pylons going through. Another pylon goes down. That walls the probe in currently. We just need that forge to finish to build the first cannon, and then we'll have a cannon untouchable behind the gold. And definitely is going to throw Reynor off, but perhaps a worthwhile throwing off, as Reynor cancels. I mean, he gets cancelled. It's a huge investment from Trap. He's already paid. I mean, Reynor lost 75 mils and a delayed hatchery, yes. Trap has a delayed cyber core, and Trap has invested 225 minerals so far, 375 if he lets that cannon finish. It looks as though he will, so overall, I honestly don't hate this for Reynor. Yeah, okay, you don't get the gold, but the investment from Trap to deny the gold base is definitely pretty high. Pretty darn substantial, to say the least. As our zealot comes through, a couple of lings get chased away. And the queen just continues up in production as well, so bring that forwards. Again, I feel like he's going to have to deal with this zealot, which is currently lurking around, trying to find some opportunities. Well, the Adept is going to go shading upwards and going to try and find some defense against this ling, try and deny scouting. Although there's nothing to really be scouted. Again, with the Forge commitment, the latest Cyber Core, everything else is kind of knocked off a little bit as well. Things still coming through, the Stargate coming up, Ling speed is coming about, additional drones building. And you have ourselves a little skirmish here. The two Adepts and a Zealot show up on this side. It's kind of interesting because they can always run back to the cannon, right? If you run back to the cannon, you can end up kind of having a safe place to hide, and you know, during a little scrap like this early game. So a small benefit to still having the cannon up. Well, things will continue around. The Adept trying to find some drones, but has to shade away. So Reynor doing his utmost to try and keep his workers alive this game. And Trap with the Stargate done, halfway to the Oracle. Bring that by. Oracle will be our next way to try and find some drone kills here. Nexus job, so Trap is ready to just move in towards the third base, keep that on the go as well. There's our +1 attack upgrade coming up. Solid production, 1 or 2 of those being added in there. Again, the Nexus and a couple of additional probes continue by also. Just bringing all of that through for the moment. We actually have feelings kind of on the watchtower there for a second. The Adept trying to play the turnaround on those. The Oracle's coming across. Ling is going to head back to the upper right-hand side, where the Nexus is going to get nibbled a little. The Zealot now getting caught. Ling's got the full surround on that Zealot, and that goes down without issue. We'll drop the inject. Still got a +1 attack upgrade coming up. Twilight Counselor's coming through. The Forge also in production here. And Roadtron on the way in. A few additional drones and the Overlords also producing right now. Continue to bring that all out. Oracles will activate and get rid of a couple of those creep tumors. And just have ourselves the rocks revelated. And that Oracle's still pulling away around that right-hand side. Twilight Council Forge and Robo Facility continuing to produce. Got the Oracles picking up a few drones as we watch these Lings fight the Adepts. The Oracle, they actually went to the main base as well. They're going to continue for more. So many low HP drones. We get 2 more eventually. Took a little bit of micro, but we got there in the end. So the Oracles do deliver at least a few more shots of damage. As our Lings still trying to play that wraparound game. A couple of these Adepts getting caught once more. Actually going to get a full cleanup on those. So that's going to be a nice catch also. Another little bonus. Observer coming out, additional gates going through, probes are still producing onwards, and these Oracles just setting out the frontier for a few moments. Another group of Stalkers just getting warped in. +2 attack coming up, the extra gates coming by. Lings all producing, extra Ravagers coming out, Queen also coming by at the moment as our cannon is going to be on its way. A couple of extra simulators still building through. Here we go. Ling Road Ravager just going to come across and get a wrap on these Stalkers. A few probes have to pull away, a couple more corrosive vials, and that is going to be actually a good catch from Reynor. He already gets rid of a couple Stalkers. Trap just does not have the supply at the moment. As Reynor shows up, piles down the super battery. Cannon dead. And now you're kind of having to... I mean, we didn't even need the Dropper Lords to show up. That's how powerful a timing this was from Reynor. He didn't even need the extra part of it to make anything.